Howdy folks, welcome to my boot camp build series on glitch building. I'll be going over all the techniques I've used in the past, and also be introducing a few new ones for you. This build is symmetrical, which not only looks the tits, but will help you get the hang of glitching things as you have to do things twice or more. For those who haven't seen my previous build tutorials, I highly recommend you watch these first. If you've seen my previous Hexagon build tutorial, there are a few differences and enhancements this time around. Feel free to skip ahead until the placement of the paving, as that is important in order to get the proper spacing for the floor panels. I'll also go over how to get an octagonal shape as a bonus. Please note the only mods I'm using in the tutorial are the spotlights from the Eucli-ea mod pack. They are created from WinderTP. They are extremely bright and help to see things much better. Near the end of the build, we won't be needing them as we will be putting in our own lighting. For those who have never tried his mod, stop what you're doing and download it. He has an incredible amount of custom building items and parts. It's amazing. Like my previous hexagonal video, we will be utilizing an infrastructure piece to rotate to get our angles. Since that last video, I found that pipes are easier to use in this case. You can get them closer to you, and it's a bit more accurate. Start off by putting a small wall panel down where you want to stand. This helps keep your body in the same position as you are hugging against it, and it reduces the risk of your body moving. The goal is to find a spot on a floor panel that you can align your cursor to repeatedly in the same exact spot you start off with. I have found this exact spot is the best when using a pipe. Remember to get your cursor positioned after you enter the build menu, as it does move a bit when you enter the menu. Take your time here and get your body as square to the small wall and floor panel as possible. You don't want to be at an extreme angle to the center of the floor panel. Also, you will not be moving your body at all for any of this at any time. Do not touch the left joystick or WASD keys. We will only be looking around. If you move, you'll most likely need to start the process over again. Once your cursor is set, get out a pipe and rotate the pipe so that the first set of lines on the base of the pipe line up with the lines in the floor. If you aren't exactly sure, just reference the leftmost line and try to use that. As long as you are consistent throughout this whole process, it won't really matter in the end. Once you are satisfied with the alignment, place the pipe, followed by 2 more pipes on top. Remember, don't move your body. Place the cube at the top of the pipe. You can then remove all the pipes below it. Now get your cursor exactly where it was before and get out another pipe. This time, rotate the pipe past the first set of lines on the base of the pipe to the next set. Repeat the alignment with the floor. Place the pipe and add an additional pipe on top of it. Then place another cube on top of that pipe. Remove the pipes underneath. One last time, get your cursor set and get your final pipe out. Rotate past the first 2 sets of lines on the base of the pipe and repeat the alignment process. You can now move away from the pipes and add your third and final cube on the pipe. As you see here, we have 3 cubes stacked on each other, all at different angles. The lines on the bottom of the pipe are equidistant across the entire base of the pipe, and since there are only 3 of them, they give us the angles we need in order to get a hexagonal orientation for things to follow suit. Attach a pipe to the front and back of the top cube. We only need 2 sides of every cube here, which will give us our 6-sided hexagon. If we wanted to have a 12-sided dodecagon, we could easily just attach pipes to all 4 sides of the 3 cubes, which would give us 12 angles. Note where I place the remaining pipes. We will be able to verify that the placement is right by getting a top-down view. The pipes should look like they are in a hexagonal orientation. Just make sure to verify, as again, we only need 2 out of the 4 sides. It's easy to accidentally put the pipes on the wrong side of a cube. Once you do this a few times, you'll know you are correct from the first try. Carefully remove the center cubes. Our goal now is to get the pipes to be the same height. I'm going to have the middle pipes be the reference. Snap 2 cubes to the outside of the bottommost pipes. Then add pipes to the upper cubes you just placed, so that it's in the same position as the starting pipes. Remove the cubes you just placed, and then the bottom pipes. Repeat the process for the uppermost pipes, except this time we are going to lower them to be the same height as the rest. Once complete, you'll see that we have 6 pipes that are equidistant from each other in a hexagonal orientation, but also at the same height. Now attach 2 additional pipes to each pipe. Remove the middle pipes. Add cubes in between each set of pipes, and add 2 additional pipes to the top of each cube. Remove the pipe that is attached to the top of each cube to create a gap. We are going to be glitching paving into place here from a cylinder. Snap a cylinder on the top of the cube and glitch to the paving. You want the paving to hug the cube, not inverted. Repeat this for all the sides. Carefully remove all the pipes and cubes except for the innermost pipes you started with. This way, if we bork it now, we have something we can go back to in order to try again. Don't remove these inner pipes until the very end. Attach 3 additional pavers behind the current paving in place for each side. Remove the innermost 3 pavers so that you are left with only 1. We are basically extending paving outwards from the center for each side. Attach floor panels to the inner side of each paving. They should seem to slightly overlap in the corners. Remove the paving and center pipes when finished. Attach an additional floor panel to each side. Now, as a bonus, I'm going to show you how to get an octagonal orientation using a cube for rotation versus a pipe. Because the cube is larger, you'll need to get your cursor set further away from you. I find the position I've chosen here is the best spot. Any closer and you won't have room to rotate the cube. Place a cube without rotating it and add 2 more cubes on top, followed by removing the bottom 2 cubes underneath it. Get your cursor back to where it was before, get a cube in position, and just rotate it so that the corner is dead center with your cursor. Place the cube and add an additional cube on top, then remove the bottom cube. Then attach pipes to all 4 sides of both cubes. Perform the same steps we just did to get pipes at the same height. You can experiment with any square base item really for your rotation, as there might be better parts for this. We will be adding on to the center star we just created previously with angled flooring. We will be adding angled floor panels above and below what is currently in place in the next steps. Let's treat what you see here as the origin of symmetry. First, let's get paving snapped to the end of our floor panel, but not placed. This technique is called a reverse glitch. What we are doing is glitching from paving back to a cylinder. This allows us to change angles while keeping things in position. Add a cube underneath the cylinder and remove the cylinder. You'll notice the top of the cube is level with the flooring in place. Next, we're going to add 2 pyramids to change the angle of the flooring we will be glitching back into place. Note that the angle of the bottom of the pyramid is the angle that the flooring will be in. Remove the first cube in the first pyramid. Attach a pipe to the top of the remaining pyramid, and then you can remove it. This will get our cylinder in the proper orientation to glitch paving into place. Pipes are great because they snap very easy to multiple infrastructure pieces. Glitch from the cylinder to the paving. You want the paving to be separated from the pipe and intersect the end of the floor panel. Then, remove all but the paving. Attach a floor panel to the end of the paving and remove the paving, as we don't need it anymore and will just be in the way. Add 3 more floor panels upward and remove the first panel you placed. We will be repeating this process, just inverted. It helps to get right underneath the panel to place the additional panels. Remove the first angled floor panel and get your paving back out. Reverse glitch like before to the cylinder and add a cube. You could also use a pipe. Then remove the cylinder and attach a pipe to the top of the cube. Then remove the cube. The orientation of the pipe is the same orientation the first glitching was in, just raised up and inverted. Position a pyramid so that it is attached to the pipe completely upside down. It helps to get parallel with the floor panels to get it to snap properly. Attach a second pyramid. It will be underneath the floor panel. Remove the first pyramid and pipe, and attach a new pipe to the top of the pyramid. Remove the pyramid and aim your cursor at the top of the pipe. Get out a cylinder and glitch to the paving. Getting the cursor set ahead of time helps get the paving to snap against the pipe versus separated from it. This also dictates the orientation of the flooring, which is near impossible to tell until you start to snap or add things to it, which we will in the near future. Remove the pipe and attach more paving to basically bring the paving upwards and towards the flooring. Note, you can always stack paving on top of each other, but not underneath. You can use this technique to space flooring out. The paving should seem to attach to the flooring. Remove the first flat floor panel temporarily and attach a floor panel underneath to the new paving. Remove the paving and add back in the uppermost angled floor panel. Once complete, you'll have an upper and lower angled floor panel that are symmetric. Here we're going to use the frontage to glitch the flooring to bring it through the black floor panels we have in place. This isn't necessary, however I think it helps. Repeat the glitch and you should have a sandwich of floor panels. You can remove the middle floor panel as it isn't needed anymore. This trick is applicable in many ways, one being glitching flooring through other flooring. I'm going to repeat these steps for all 6 sides. And here's what it will look like when you are done. Next, remove the first upper and lower angle flooring from one of the sections to make it easier in adding an additional horizontal floor panel. We are going to repeat the same exact thing we did previously to glitch upper angled floor panels in place. You might be thinking, why can't I just use walls and move the flooring out that way? While technically it works, you will have gaps where the angled floors intersect. Add an additional floor panel to the flooring you just glitched into place. Remove the first floor panel you just did. I'm sure you are wondering, why? I just went through all of that work and now I'm deleting it? Yep. What we are doing next is getting the floor panel inverted, but keeping the angle that it is in. As you can see here, the aquarium snaps to the flooring but on the outside in perspective to our build. Anything that snaps on top of flooring in its current state would be facing outward. Look at the lower half of the build. The aquarium snaps inward. We need to keep this consistent. When we do the inversion, everything will be facing inward for the upper angled pieces of the build. We want to make sure it's the same, and that both top and bottom angled flooring is oriented inward. And before you say anything, yes, we will be repeating this for our yellow star centerpiece later in the build. Just like before, reverse glitch to a cylinder and add in 2 pipes underneath it to make a pipe sandwich. Note the cylinder is above the flooring. Remove the center pipe and get another cylinder out. Make sure to move your cursor towards the topmost cylinder to flip the cylinder over, so that when you go to glitch the paving, the bottom of it snaps against the cylinder. Remove the cylinder and the paving. Reattach a floor panel to the top of the paving and remove the paving. Now if we go to snap the aquarium to the recently inverted floor panel, it snaps inward, which is what we want. The good thing is that we don't need to do this for the lower section of the build. We are going to repeat the process that we did the first time to the T. Add back in the flooring you temporarily removed in the process. Alright, here's what it looks like. It's the same orientation as the yellow centerpiece, just moved out the width of a floor panel. Now I'm going to repeat this for the remaining sides. Here's what it looks like when it's completed. In the next part of the series, we will be finishing the red outer structure and inner blue windows. As always, safe travels, interlopers.